Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. My name is Salma Nafisah with student ID 23130422024, and today I would like to present my final project for the Theory of Translation course entitled Translation Analysis of a UNICEF article. For this presentation, I analyzed the Indonesian translation of the UNICEF article, A Blueprint to Get Children Back to School in Indonesia. My analysis applies for translation theories, Monas-Becker equivalence theory, Cutford translation shift theory, collocation, and connotation. This article was published by UNICEF Indonesia in 2024. It discussed the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on children's education in Indonesia. Because of learning loss and economic difficulties, many children were forced to leave school. The article also explained UNICEF efforts to help children return to school and continue their education. I selected this article because it is an official bilingual publication, making it suitable for translation analysis. And for the next slide is, this slide presents the source text in English and the target text in Indonesian. The paragraph explains that after the COVID-19 pandemic, Indonesian experienced an unpredicted crisis. Many children suffered from learning loss and economic hardship, leaving them with little choice but to stop attending school. One example mentioned in the article is a 16-year-old girl named Safa from East Java. From this paragraph, I selected 5 important expressions that represent different translation choice. This expression will be analyzed using 4 translation theories. Here are the 5 expressions selected for the analysis. The first expression is unpredicted crisis. The second is learning loss. The third is economic hardship. And the fourth is little choice. And the last expression is 16 years old, Safa. Each expression demonstrates a different translation strategy and will be discussed in the following slides. Okay, for the first slide, the first theory is equivalence, proposed by Mona Becker. According to Becker, equivalence refers to how the translator transfers meaning from the source language into the target language, while maintaining the original message. The example I selected is unpredicted crisis, translated as krisis yang belum pernah terjadi sebelumnya. Instead of translating the word unpredicted, literally the translator chose a natural Indonesian expression that conveys the same meaning. Although the Indonesian version is longer, the message remains accurate and easy to understand. And then the second theory is translation shift, proposed by Catford. Translation shift occurs when the grammatical structure changes during translation. The example is 16-year-old Safa, translated as Safa yang berusia 16 tahun. In English, the age information appears before the noun as a modifier. However, in Indonesian, the information is placed after the noun using a relative clause. This change follows Indonesian grammar and makes the sentence sound more natural. Therefore, this example is classified as a structure shift. The third theory is collocation. Collocation refers to words that naturally occur together in a language. The expression economic hardship is translated as kesulitan ekonomi. This phrase is commonly used in Indonesian newspaper, academic writing, and government reports because it sounds natural and familiar to Indonesian readers. The translator successfully preserved the collocation. And then the last theory is connotation. Connotation refers to the emotional meaning of words beyond its literal meaning. The expression little choice is translated as tidak pernah kepikiran. Both expressions communicate that many children had very limited opportunities and were forced to leave school because of difficult. The emotional and humanitarian message of the original text is successfully maintained in the Indonesian translation. And for the next slide is critical equivalence. Overall, this translation has several strengths. First, the meaning is transferred accurately. Second, the language sounds natural Indonesian. Third, the grammatical adjustment make the translator easier to read. And finally, the humanitarian message remains clear. However, I found one expression that I could be improved. The term learning loss is translated as hilangnya kesempatan belajar. Although this translation is understandable, it doesn't fully represent the educational concept of learning loss. A more appropriate translation could be ketertinggalan pembelajaran because it is more widely used in educational context. And then for the last slide, in conclusion, the Indonesian translation successfully communicates the meaning and message of the original article. The translator applies equivalence, translation shift, collocation, and connotation effectively to produce a translation that is accurate, natural, and acceptable. Although a few expressions could be improved, overall quality of the translation is very good. I think that's all for me. Thank you very much for your nice attention. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.